All right, how's it going, everyone? Starster Blue here. Welcome to stream number 5 of Ancient Crossroads. So today we're going to be finishing the village that we worked on last night over on for Adonis Village. Yeah, I decided to name it Adonis Village, named after the male god of beauty, as I mentioned last night. Today we're going to try to finish this up and also work on the Argonauts a little bit. Hopefully, we need to get the Argonauts going. So, without further ado, let's go get started. So, I think I decided that after a conversation, well, not really a conversation, it was a brief conversation with another Clanco YouTuber, that in some ways less is more. So, I'm not going to necessarily clone these buildings or anything like that, but I do want to. I think the village is going to probably just be mostly like the bulk area here rather than what's around the forest. So I think I was kind of in the right in a way, because I don't want the park to be too graphically demanding. So the first drop is going to go into like a forested park area, but I think the rest of this is going to go. Like, I think there's only going to be 1 or 2 more buildings that actually need to be made before I can call the village pretty much complete. And I think a better way to do this would be to get let's grab our materials. So we'll just do we're doing our lime plaster. So we need lime plaster, we need stucco, and we need ridge tiles. So we need these 3. It's the same thing, but I think our last. There's probably just gonna be one last building. I don't want it to be exactly parallel to the other one, but we're gonna start it here, and I think 3 is good enough. Let's go down 1 as well, because we need a bit of a foundation. So we're gonna do 3. This is like for the base level. Because I think that I'm thinking if this one is going to be kind of like the other ones that I've made. So I think we just go and we're just going to kind of curve it around like that. And we're going to go, and we'll curve it as well, going this way. But it's going to be a little bit different. So we're just going to, it is going to be a larger building as well. But it has to do with the, it has to do like with like the footprint of the park in a way. So I know one of the other pieces of advice that he mentioned was don't build all the way to the edge of the map, but that's a little late for this park, so I may have to start doing that for future projects. And that's probably some of the reasons why some of my more ambitious park projects were not really able to be finished, or if I do recreate them, they're going to have to be done on a much smaller scale. So, like, you can't expect a park the size of Magic Mountain. So, this one, what we're going to do is you basically have like a 4 by there's going to be a much larger terrace here. So what we can kind of is, and this is 8 intentionally, so if it's exactly 8 by 12, that's actually perfect, because that's going to make life a lot easier for me to build up, especially with the. So we kind of got that. Whoop, not that one though. There we go. And I think 2 of them is good enough. I think 2 rows should do. So then we're going to start our roof. Same thing here, and we're going to build a couple pieces like that and go all the way up to the top. And this one is going to be a little bit simpler, I think, in a way. Now, I don't want to do, I'm not going to be able to hide it this time. So I know last night I had an issue where I had, it didn't quite go the way I wanted it to, but we can still make this work. So we can go here, we can go here, and like last night I was able to hide it with the trees, but this time I'm gonna actually have to build the corner myself. So the corner piece is going to be kind of this slope here, and it's just going to climb that there, and then we got to build the interior corner. So the interior corner is going to go there, it's going to go down there. We can basically clone these, and then we just do that, and one more just like that, and there we go. So next up we got our stucco terrace roof. So the stucco terrace is basically just going to make sure we're in where it needs to go, and all we got to do is just sweep it all the way across. So all the way, just like this, all the way across, there we go. All right, so next up we got a little bit of a terrace. Where's our half walls? Give me my half walls. Okay, so this is the same color scheme that we had last time, except I'm going to go once again with the blue rather than the red to add a little bit more color variety. So we're just going to keep on doing that. And then next up we have our windows. So windows are going to go over here. So we're going to put a couple windows kind of like this. I guess we can kind of put them on the inside. No, I don't like that. We'll just do this. We don't want to put them all on, we can kind of do something like this as well. Even in the lower parts. So we can kind of, this is a 12, so we can kind of go, I guess in some ways we can kind of do something like that. So, yeah, and there's autosave. So we're going to build those just like that, and we're going to kind of just loop it around kind of like this. So we're just going to go up and do the same thing here. Whoop. Go up here, and we're going to go do all this and do 4 more of those. So now we're just going to loop around just like this and do that. And we kind of just go on the longer side. We kind of go by 3s, but that is a little bit of land there, so we can only go so far. So now we pretty much have those, and then we're going to build our other wall like this, and then we're going to build a couple on the side here. I don't know if we want to put any pots or potted plants or anything like that, but we got one more building that we have. It's a little bit at an angle compared to the other one, but I actually kind of like that. And I could extend the terrain. We may take out a, not that big. We're gonna go, I think it was 7 feet last time. We'll move one of those trees, but what we're gonna do is just sweep this, create another little road here. And we'll just say that there's gonna be a door right there, and then kind of continue that road all the way over here, and have it kind of go over on the outside. It's actually going to kind of go on the outside of the helix. There may be another building in this spot right here, but for now, I don't know if there's going to be, you can kind of have it go in the back, or we can kind of have it just sweep over to the right. If we just kind of build this over here, and then we just kind of push it kind of underneath the drop to give it a little bit of a sense of like the city and stuff like that, and kind of have that be your main focus point. So we have our much larger building right here. We've got a couple smaller chimneys and stuff, and I apologize I wasn't able to get the stuff done last night. I had other things going on, and but those will be up by the time the park opens. And when I say the park is open, I will say it's basically when I record the coaster videos and focus on that. There's going to be a little bit of a path here as well. I was trying to decide whether or not to put one in here, but I think for completeness sake I kind of have to. So it's going to kind of create a little bit of like a split there, and then there's going to be the Tuscan cypress trees and stuff as they kind of go off into the distance. So, and the backside is going to be mostly oaks, but within the village and stuff, it is going to be kind of like that, where you just have the helix here. It's going to drop down. It's going to kind of do something like that. So now we got another building going here. 1 second. Sorry about that. I've been fighting a little bit of a cough lately, so apologies if I sound sick. I don't know. I may have caught I don't know. I don't think it's COVID. It doesn't sound super strong, but that is. I know there was a time. I think it was. It may have been last year, where this one we're gonna go 6, and then it's gonna be kind of something like that. And then this foundation is also going to go over here, and we can also build a small piece of it over here as well. Whoop, okay, we don't want that twice. Alright, so now we're going to duplicate this up here, and we're going to go up one more. And this one's going to be a little bit different because of height differences. So this time around, we're going to be basically building an L shape in the other direction. So we're going to be going 4, actually no, only 2. 1, 2, and then we basically want to backwards. Actually, no, don't do that yet. It's a little late. So I guess we have to work it out. So there's going to be 4 of those, because it's going to be easier to build the walls if I don't have that first. So what's going to happen next is we basically build our wall like that, and build our wall like that, and our terrace is going to be kind of like that, and we're good to go. So flip that over, flip that over, flip that over, and add the little stragglers. So same thing here. We're just only going to go 2 stories up. So I think the outside is basically just or the long side is only one is an odd number. So we just kind of got that going for us there, and we're just going to basically build that. So next step, we're going to continue our terrace wall. Put those over there, and this time we're going to go with the gold color. So that way we don't have too many colors out there, and a lot of the green is going to kind of come from the trees. So we have an outside of the. We'll just do this first. We'll just do the outside. That way, we have a measurement point. So inside as well. Got a couple of the roofs and stuff that we got here. So we're just going to keep on sweeping these across. There we go. Next step, we're going to have our outside corner. So the outside corner is going to go like that. Inside corner is going to go on the other side. Just like that. And down you go. And I think I've gotten this down to a science. So we're going to have to build a couple of these now. And just kind of sweep those over there. Got one more. There we go. We're good. Oh, except we skipped a step. Yeah, we need to build our slopes, like our gables for the roof. So gables for the roof, it's going to be pretty simple to do this. So we go down like that. We're just going to sweep over here. And since we're here, we might as well do these. Okay, it's just like those, and then half walls. Sorry. So we got these, and we're going to basically just flip those over And what else we got here? We're going to go with our large windows as well. The outside is going to be pretty simple, but we kind of got. I think of this as like, yeah, this part's going to be pretty easy. But and then out here, basically we just need to do that. So we basically build our building like this. And then on the other side, this time we're going to kind of just do the simple version since, well, not that one though. We're just going to have those pushed down, and we're just going to all the way over there, and we can kind of just do something very simple over here. And that's good enough. And we might as well put in a door. There we go. We can kind of, we need to add in that door over here as well. So that other door is kind of on the other building, but we can kind of have that work out like that. And there we go. So next up, we're going to build our trees. So we can kind of put our trees in. It's the same ones. It's going to be the Tuscan cypress trees. So we're going to have those going for us there. Let's add a little bit of greenery in this area. Once again, kind of just building like a little bit of a little bit of a pathway as we're kind of making our way through this. So we got these over here. We have on both sides of the pathway. We're going to move this tree over here, and then that way there's you can actually walk on the path, head down the path this way. You can kind of go, and it kind of meanders off in the distance over there. And we can go and build a couple more. Where are those trees at? Whoop, autosave. Okay, so we got that. Build a couple more along the path here. I don't think there's going to be any more buildings, but there probably will be something kind of like this, where it's just going to go over here, and then it's going to go down, and it's going to kind of sweep all the way across the building, just like that. I'm just going to go over here. And there we go. So that's done, and then we're going to build our trees. So trees are going to go over. This is where a deciduous comes in. So we're going to put in some oaks. So we can put a couple smaller oaks and stuff on the side here, just to add in a little bit of space. And we're just going to go right there. We're just going to go right there, and our oak tree 3s, these are our friends here because these are really good space fillers. So the village other than lighting is pretty much done. I'm going to probably work on lighting later on. But first up, we're going to have this as our, we could build some sycamores and stuff in here as well to add in a little bit more tree variety. And we can even throw in a couple of the smaller sycamores over here as well. And probably even some over on this side. So the village part of the ride, I think for the most part, other than the artwork and the lighting, looks like it's pretty much good to go. The only thing I can think of is let's go back to the tower. So I'm gonna unpause the game briefly. I think we can make the tower a little better. So I think for the tower, obviously I don't really want to put more waterfalls on the center, but I think we can kind of make this work out by putting in like some stucco. I kind of wanted to put in the, in some ways I kind of want to put on the, where is the stucco here? So it's the same color, but this time we're going to go with the red to add in a little bit more of a, and actually we might reverse this. So we might actually go with, not the blue though, we're going to go with the gold to add a little bit more variety, like a little bit more color variety within the tower. So that way, have that going there. We're just gonna kind of sweep that across, and then what we can do is we can duplicate all of this, so that way it kind of sweeps over there. It's gonna sweep over there, and it's gonna sweep over this way. Okay, so that's going to add a little bit more variety to act as like a little fence there, and probably add on a few other things. One other thing I can do, I don't know if this would actually work or not, but let's see what we got here. We're going to probably put in some... It's going to be kind of hard to put in like a water feature. I could do that. How tall is that? That is pretty tall. But they kind of have that as like, this is like meant to be the spectacle of the village. So we got the fire jets, we got the water, we got a lot going on here, and then we got to put the lights in as well. I wonder if I should just do the lighting now. Probably. So for here, I think what's going to happen is I want to see if we can kind of get. I kind of want this to glow on the inside. So let's see what we got for lighting. We got props. We got lights. I like my colorable area lights. Let's see how that looks in terms of like. Wow, that looks awesome. So we're going to basically build it on the inside, like on the inside of the pillars, and just have that go all the way up. And then do the same thing over here. We're just going to have this sweep all the way up to kind of give that illusion, that idea that, yeah, this is a very important place, and it's like the main centerpiece of the entire town. Okay, so except we don't want it on the pillar. We want it on the wall. So we got to keep building up on the walls. We can kind of build it on the outside as well, or on the other side, I should say. So we keep building all the way up. Got another one just like this. We're just going to kind of pull all those all the way up. So now over here, do the same thing. We're just going to sweep up all the way to the top, all the way to the top, just like that. And do the same thing over here. We're just going to go all the way up. So just keep pushing it up. And we have that. That's going to be like our main center portion. But on the inside, on the bottom level, we're going to go with the darker shade of blue. And the main reason I'm going with blue here is to match the color of the water. So we want to build, for sake of ease, I think we're going to build it. And actually, you know what? We're going to make this a brighter shade of blue, because that way, yeah, we want this to we want this to go all the way out here, and there we go. Do the same thing down here. Give that nice. It really packs a punch here with the bright blue light here. So it's going to climb all the way up, and there we go. And we're just going to go. We got two more sides to do. Just one set of lights on this side, another set of lights over here. I'll worry about that stuff in a minute, but build those over there, and we got one side over here as well. And once we have that, then the tower lights are going to be pretty much. We'll see how that looks. So we got the inside. The inside's really looking pretty good. But I want to see what else we have here in terms of lighting. Fiberglass lights, that's not going to really work. That's not going to really help. We don't have anything like classical or anything, do we? Not really. Standing torches. That looks so awkward. Wrapped cloth, we're not going to really go with that. adventure lamppost. That looks... wonder if that's... let's set this to daytime to see how it looks. That looks a little too red for what I'm looking for, so I'm going to have to say no. But we do have arm lights. No, that's not going to work either. It has to look good, and also has to really brighten up the tower. So we got spooky candle. That's not going to work. We got fiberglass lights. We got fairy lights. Those are not going to work. What's a good one we have here? We got short lamppost. Nope. Skull post. Spooky post. Torches. We could do it with we could go with the torches to an extent. Whoop, okay. Not what I wanted. Yeah, the torches to an extent, but that's not really what I'm aiming for. I guess in some ways the torches can kind of work as like lights for the path. So because obviously light bulbs are not really going to cut it, since the ancient Greeks didn't have them. So kind of got those going right there. And basically just lining up the path with the little light posts and stuff. So we kind of got that going for us there. We got all these over here as well. And just got a couple more over here all the way to the end. And going all the way this way, all the way to the buildings. So you can kind of pause the game while I'm doing this as well. So have that going all the way over here, building it kind of like that, and we can kind of build a few over on the edge to act as our main path. Kind of go with the path over here as well, all the way over. But the idea is that way you have a nice little path that goes all the way. That this one kind of, you can kind of work with this one a little bit as well, building it over the water. So you got a couple on this side as well. Just go all the way across. Whoop. And just do that. And just go all the way over here as well. All the way to the end. Just to have a little bit more lighting variety. But the blue on the bottom is to represent the water, and the yellow on top is to represent the divinity of the gods. But you don't really have much lighting on the buildings themselves, other than the tower, but we have to see how that looks. But I'm also refraining, at this time I'm refraining from putting lights on the coaster itself, because I tend to do that towards the end. So that's pretty much the village. So we actually almost got it done last night, but I kind of felt like there was a little bit more that had to be done, but we didn't quite have enough time to finish it last night. So let me see what we have here. We're going to hit deciduous, and we're going to go back to trees. We have a couple more trees and stuff we can put in that we kind of have over here, just to add a little bit more color variety, a little bit more of this as well. We are going to have to put lighting inside of that tunnel, but I'll be doing that at a later time. But for now, we got... Oh, so that's actually... I keep forgetting that is the second drop, not the first drop. Excuse me. So we got all those there. These are kind of just blending in like this. And then we're going to have our oak trees build like this. So have that, and this is basically acts as our tree cover. So we'll just have that over there, and that's basically like the entire backside of Adonis. We still have to do a little bit of work on the front, but the main part of the village is done. And we can even kind of extend this out a little bit like this, and have that going right there. So have that as kind of our main, kind of have that as our main part. So there we go. And I'm also kind of lining up on like Journey of the Argonauts, which a lot of that is underground. Yeah, I think some of it's also kind of on the dark side of things, but that's pretty much the back side of the village. So I know I spent a good amount of pretty much the entire stream last night working on just the village. But for now, we can kind of, I guess in some ways we can kind of add some more trees over on the edge. But I don't know if I want to, because actually, to be fair, nobody's really going to see that. So, because you're going to be going up the hill. Except for, other than this part, there really isn't much to say about what's over here. We can kind of build some, we can kind of work on the building a little bit, but I don't think it's really going to help much. Let me see what else we got here. It's kind of weird that there's a support there, but there isn't a support anywhere else. I guess in some ways it kind of helps. Yeah, I wish I was be a little bit more selective in where the supports are placed. Let's see here. We might as well put a couple of oaks and stuff here to kind of sprucing this part up a little bit, but there really isn't going to be much that I can really do. And, whoop, except I shouldn't have been, okay, we got to turn off the building. There we go. Try this again. So we're just going to have that going for us right there. Going to go all the way over here. And we're just going to be building on this side of the track as well. So, come on. Get in there. Get inside the tree. There we go. Or the track. You know what I meant. Okay, so anyways, we're going to kind of line up this side as well, all the way to the end, and just kind of go all the way over here. And go all the way over to here as well. And we throw in some more sycamores as well. I like the sycamores and I like the oaks because they have a lot of space. Or they take up quite a bit of space. They're good filler trees. So, gonna have those going for us there. And they also kind of fit with the deciduous theme of the park. But that's kind of what we have there. And then we're gonna build like a waterfall. So for our actual cliff though, we're gonna build a waterfall. And then this is also where we finally get to build some of Journey of the Argonauts. So we're going to be building that as well. We also need to build our queue line. So we use the cobblestones for that. But before we continue, we need to build our waterfall. So let's see what we got here. We're going to go with our water spouts. This is where having the... You can kind of see it from... In some ways you can kind of see it from here, but we're kind of have to build our waterfall like this. So we kind of have that going up there. We're just going to keep going all the way up. And we're just going to kind of go all the way like this. So just keep climbing up all the way up. All the way up. And we're just going to go all the way over here. And that's going to be kind of the main waterfall there. We could even do like a little waterfall on the left-hand side. I think you can kind of build one here as well, but riders aren't really going to be able to see it. But you should be able to see it from the from like the main, from like the queue line and stuff like that. Kind of have that going over there, and just build those as well. Just kind of have that as our main water. These are going to be our two main waterfalls, and we're going to also kind of frame them with rocks. So we got one waterfall there, we got another waterfall there, and we may even have a third one in between the two parts of Adonis. So let's see what we got here. We're just gonna kind of have that, build it all the way up, all the way up. So just gonna kind of have it, do like this. So we're just gonna have it go over here, and we're just gonna have it go all the way up. So we'll just have it like this, and what else we got? So we're just gonna go over here, and all right. We don't want to go too high, but it's probably good enough. And all right, so we'll just have that over there. And next up, we're going to build our rocks. So we're going to once again go into deciduous, and we're going to go into our rocks and start building rocks. Yeah, just a few of the larger rocks and stuff. These are good fillers. So just have a couple more over on this side. Go all the way up. And we can kind of go with rock size 3. Yep, there's autosave again. Just have that going over there. And kind of have this as like a there we go. And just do that kind of just as a little bit of like a hole. Use the really big ones to kind of just, okay, not on the support, but I just realized that some of these have like some of these have just like moss and stuff on them. But do the same thing over here, and just build a couple more rocks like this. Just kind of have that go all the way down, all the way towards the over here. And we could even put some more of the larger rocks and stuff like this, which is kind of have that. The main reason I put a lot of emphasis on where the waterfalls are is because that way you don't really see the little spouts there that actually have like where the source of the water. And it also kind of, and for these I'm just going to kind of spread them out, kind of just work like that. Add a little bit of depth to the, basically what we're doing is adding a little bit of depth to the cliff, and kind of have that going over there. And it's even, wow, it looks like there's a little bit of a gap here, so we're just going to kind of build on top of that, just to add a little bit more of the rock thing there. And we could even throw in a few rocks right over here as we get past the first drop of Adonis, and just kind of go with that. And we're just going to go over here as well. So we just have that, and we're just going to go and just do that. And one more waterfall. So we have one more waterfall on this side. And then we're just going to build, I guess, the smaller rocks first. I guess in some ways I felt like I probably need to put in another, like, spread them out a little bit more. I should probably say. I know I tend to stutter a lot, apologize, but we'll just kind of go with that and just kind of build our big wall like this. Build a couple more pieces over there, and I think that looks pretty good. We got a couple more. Okay, you got a couple more over there, a couple more rocks over there. It just kind of willy-nilly place them. Not like that though. Not on the support. There we go. So that's going to be kind of the at least that's going to be kind of like for the cliff face. So let's build our station, because we still haven't built our station yet. But before I do that, let's build our track, and we're going to kind of go with a grayish color. I don't know if we've actually really done much. Maybe like a darker shade of gray, and then we're going to go. I am going to have a Wikipedia moment here. Well, if there's any colors that are associated with Jason and the Argonauts, not purple, not my Jason, but so I want to see besides gold, because I want a different color. So let's see what we got here. Jason and the Argonauts is. Okay, there we go. The Argonauts were kind of, it's a lot more, yeah, there's a lot of kind of browns and oranges, but I think that's just the style of pottery. So we got, yes, we got Elba, we got, we can kind of go with like a dark blue. Let's see, we can go with a really dark blue here. And then we can kind of go with, I don't like the white supports. We're going to go with dark blue supports. And we could go with white. No, we're not doing that. We'll go with, that can go more of the whitish color to add a little bit more of the, to kind of go with that a little bit. And so I think that's going to be pretty good. But we can hopefully make things a little better. So we're going to build our station. And once again, we're going to be using the lime plaster, since that's kind of like the building material of choice. So we got our lime plaster wall like this, lime plaster wall like that. And then we kind of got, on this side, we kind of have to go down one more level. So we're going to build on this side as well. There we go. So we kind of have to go one more on, and then we're going to sweep this side all the way across. So, whoop. Okay. That's not a good sign. Okay, never mind. It didn't copy, so I was a little concerned that it did. So, okay, it is 5 pieces. That's perfect. So it's going to sweep all the way across as we build our station. There we go. Next step, we're going to build our station supports like this. And we got one more over there. We got a half wall on this side as well. And then I think we got one more foundation piece that we're going to have to move over. And we might as well go all the way to the end. There we go. And then we'll basically clone these four and move them to the other side. Just like that. Alright, so now we got a half wall over here. Which, I guess for completeness sake, we should probably do that. Alright, next up, we're going to 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we got 2 of those. And we got to put in our archway. So we got our little arches, and these are actual arches, unlike like the concrete ones that I tend to use. So we got those, and we're going to go up. We're going to go down. So it's going to be a nice little boathouse in a way. But before we continue, let's see what we got here. We're going to go 2 slope like this, 2 slope like that. Whoop. Up you go. And we're going to go 1, just 1 this time. And then we're going to build our roof, kind of like that. And then roof slope is down here, roof slope is down there, and we're just going to sweep this all the way across. So pretty small building. So at least we got that going over here, and just build it all the way across. So pretty small station, but it serves our purpose. So I'm going to go over here. We're just going to flip all the way across, and that's going to be basically the main part of the building, except over here we're going to build our sign, and our sign's going to go over this way. We still need to build our gondola station. Does that look right? Does that look flush with the ground? It's really hard to tell. So, but that's as far as we're going to go. We can kind of build a wall there, but I think it might be better to do that with the gondolas. So we have our other station here. It's going to be the same materials. So we're going to build our wall first. So, and we can't build all the way to the end, but we can do this. So we can kind of go over there. I think we need to go 3 high, or no, it's only 2 high. So we only need to go 2 blocks high, and that is not a wall. That is a archway, just like that, because that's going to be our way in. Because we got to have that, and then we got our roofs and stuff like this, and we got our other roof cap like that, and just sweep it all the way across. So I know that little generator there is kind of exposed, but whoop, okay. I'm going to save because it's acting up a little bit, but I'm going to keep streaming. So, and hopefully the game doesn't crash, but autosave seems to be a lot more aggressive today. Like, I was having a few issues with it last night, but not like, okay, we're going to go down, and this is going to go a little bit into the lake. Because there may be some more like artwork and stuff here. I haven't decided yet, but a nice little wall to kind of add a little bit of give it a little bit of like more of that cozy feeling. think is the easy way to say it. And then what we can do as well is we can kind of build a wall like this. We can also kind of work with this a little bit. So it's going to go all the way over there, and then we also need to build on the bottom because something doesn't look right, but I think it's just the way it's set up. That does not look right at all. That looks off. Maybe not. Okay, let's go to this one. So we got our bottom portion. All right, so we're gonna build it based off this. So one there, one there, one there, one there, and one there. All right. Next up, we got our little caps over here. So we got one piece of cap right there, one piece of cap right there, and I think we're good to go. So there's no windows this time. We're just gonna hit done and hit done, and we gotta connect our path. So using, let's see, what's an easy way to do this? I guess that's gonna be good enough. We're gonna go with this piece over here, so that way it connects that way, and then this ride's gonna need a priority pass. So enable priority pass, we're gonna put our entrance over here and put our exit over here and connect the priority pass queue like this. I guess you can't go that far. So we're just going to kind of extend all the way out. So, okay, that's good enough. So, next step, we're going to build our, I guess what's going to happen next if I'm already loading this up. But, yep. We got to unleash our inner Lorax here. Unleash the inner Lorax and plant some trees. So, all the way to the end. And same thing on this side. In some ways, it kind of acts as kind of going with that, all the way to the end, all the way like that, and this is going to go all the way over here. So we just got those. Yeah, and we got a couple more pieces right over there. And then we'll build a small, we can kind of have a smaller sycamore like that. And then we can even put in a couple of the, well, I guess we'll put the Tuscan cypress ones in like that. And just go all the way to the end. And what else we got here? We're going to build, actually we're going to build 2 of these, and then from here we can kind of go and build some signs like this. So we have to get rid of these. That sucks. Alright, so we're going to go with miscellaneous signs. I always use the same ones. So, and there's actually going to be 2 of them this time. Oh, except we get work smarter, not harder. So we're going to go with black for our. Actually, we're going to go with the shade of blue, and we're going to go with black, and we're going to go with the darker shade of blue, and then I believe it was this one. Okay, and I know it's not that one. It was, that's not too bad looking. Nope. Alright, so, and I kind of like the red frame, but unfortunately it's going to be changed. And I kind of like the, okay, that looks kind of cool. So We'll just do that, and then this is going to be the other side. There we go. That looks cool. So that's going to be the sign for the water coaster. So we have Jason and friends. They're going to be plowing through that. I'm trying to debate whether I should put like a temple or something like that over here. I probably should. Yeah, actually, that might be a good idea to add a little bit more of a variety here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build another building, and with this one, it's we got to bring our materials back. So stucco, ridge tiles, lime plaster, these three. And then what we're going to do is we're going to build our building like this. So once again, we're going to use our lime plaster, and this time we're going to actually use the darker shade of blue because there's going to be a little bit of a recess. So it's going to be kind of like the tower that I built earlier, except on a smaller scale. So, and we're going to also use this lighter shade of, basically that's our unit cell. So duplicate it again, duplicate it one more time, and then basically just start building up. So Puzz 3D, does anyone remember Puzz 3D? Because, yeah, I remember having those as like a kid or something. And it's also going to help with the scenery a little bit for Adonis. But, like, I remember the commercials for Puzz 3D, which, back when I was a little kid and stuff, where they kept talking about going up. And those really intrigued me, and I had a few of them. I had a few of their things as a kid. I don't remember which ones. I think I may have had the Eiffel Tower. And a lot of them were based off real world landmarks. So it's kind of where. But I'm surprised that hardly anyone talks about that anymore, or at least not that I know of. But I really remember the jingles for that. So, but the pieces were all foam and stuff. Like, I think one of them that I had, or maybe my brother, one or the other, like I think one of us had it, was it was like a Bavarian mansion, and that one was really hard. But like I think I may have had like the Eiffel Tower. Yeah, I remember the Eiffel Tower being one of them. But I could be wrong. I usually am. But whoop, kind of have that going right there. Come on, one more. So we're gonna kind of sweep this all the way over here, and then this time around, we're gonna kind of work with this a little bit, and we're gonna build a wall. We're gonna build a larger wall, and we're gonna use white. Actually, we're not going to use white. We're going to use the same stucco color as usual. So, and we're going to kind of use this a little bit. This is to add a little bit of color variety. I'm going to move that over there, and we got one more. There we go. So now, we got that going for us there. We got almost enough to kind of have that. I think we got to build one more level down below, but let me see what we got here. This is probably something I should have done earlier, but I'm only going to do it on the sides that face the water. So not that one, but like the bottom portions. So We're just gonna have that going over there as well, and we're gonna build one more level down below. And the main reason I'm doing this is because I'm going to be adding more water. Or at least I'm going to try to add more water. So, whoop, it drained. It drained the water. Not cool. Well, it's good enough. Okay, so it didn't go exactly the way I wanted it to, but I think it still works. So, and another thing that I probably should have done before I capped that building is we need to build our waterfall. So we're going to build our waterfall like this, and we need to take those out. And this is where kind of, not the top one, but if we can get inside there, that would be really nice. Yes, we can. Yeah, not the top one though. So, and actually we need to build one more in the very bottom. So, that's going to be a nice little waterfall to kind of act as our main thing there. But only this side gets the waterfall. The other three sides don't. So, kind of have that as our main feature. And actually, we're going to go back to night mode. And we're going to do the same thing we did earlier. So we're going to build, I think we're going to build some more of the, lighting. Sorry if I'm scatterbrained right now. But it's going to be the same thing, except this time we're going to add a little bit of lighting over here. Same thing on this side. And kind of go with that as well. And then we're not going to build it on the very bottom, but we are going to build it on the other sides, or on the other three sides, just to have it act a little more even. And we're going to do the same thing with these. Go all the way over there. And we're just going to go this side as well. And we got a couple more on this side as well. And so we got that going over here. And we got, all right, so we got that going for us there. Let's also build some, we're going to use white for the other ones. This is just for the top. And then we're just going to have this go over here. Got two more sides. But we're using white for this one just to kind of have that, it kind of feels very pristine. So that way it kind of acts like that. And we could even add some more, yeah, we should add some more lighting to the coaster itself. Because this coaster is a lot smaller, I may as well just do the lighting now. Just to add a little bit of, kind of build that over there as well. And, oh, we got one more light. And then we got a couple more lights over here. This is just to add a little bit of lighting variety. And build one more down there as well. So at least for that first drop. And then we can kind of work with this a little bit over here. And this is kind of where I like using the white lights. So gonna have that as our main channel over here. So we got a couple more lights on this side as well. And we just got that going up there, and we got one more, and we got a couple more on this side as well. I'm going to use a different color inside the tunnel. So, but on the outside, I'm going to kind of focus on just using the white to do that as well. And we're just going to go with, these are really small, but kind of got that couple more pieces on this side to act as kind of the main. And we got one more over there, and we're just going to go on this side as well. Couple more pieces over here. Couple more, and just go all the way to the end. So all the way to the end, all the way to the end. There we go. So that's going to be kind of that right there. And then I don't know if like Atlantean ruins or something like that, but that wouldn't really fit with the Argonauts theme. But we're gonna do this as well. So we're just going to zoom on in, and this is where this lighting comes in. So we'll just kind of dig in, go over here, build some more of this, all the way to the top, all the way to the top. So let's go kind of dive on in, build some more lights inside the tunnel to kind of give that marine feel. So we got one more over here, and we got a couple more downstairs. And I don't know why I said downstairs there, but it's definitely really dark inside the tunnel. But at least we got that, and we're just gonna dive on in and kind of just build all these over here. And just got one more. Oh yeah, you can use the key to go up. So, whoop, you need to go over here. A couple more pieces on that side. And go over here. And we got just a few more for the lift hill. And just kind of plop those lights in as far as we can. All right. So that's good enough for the lights. Let's go back. Go back to regular view and go back to daytime. All right. And some of that looks like it kind of transfers even during the day, even though I thought it didn't. But at least I got one coaster lit up. I don't know if I will put more fountains and stuff in here as well, or do stuff like that. But at least we got our, is that really right? I guess it is. Alright, so next up we have this area. So this area, some of it's going to be hotel, some of it's, well actually first of all, some of it's going to be queue path. So we'll build our exit path first. Easy mode. There we go. Next up, we're going to build our queue. No priority pass for you. So, and we're just going to have it go out like this. We're just going to have it kind of go kind of in, I guess an octagon kind of shape works. Yeah, let's just do that. And then it's going to go onto the main path. And then we could even put like put something pretty in there as well. But we still have a lot of land left. And I may even do a few more rides. So actually I probably need to put in a few more rides. And then, but at least we got, like, I just realized we don't really have a go-kart thing here. The Greeks didn't really have chariots though. So that was more of a Roman thing. But I guess we could, actually, yeah, I could do something based on the Olympics. So let's see what we got here. And standard shore side, standard is usually 12 carts. So let's see what we got here. We're going to build our go-karts like this. Powered reds, no. Is it powered reds? It is. Okay, so this does have our 12. So we're going to build our go-karts like this. So, and we're going to go ahead and extend that out. So this is going to be very much like, we can kind of do this as well, 45, and we're going to go 0, and we're going to go 45. Actually, no, we're going to shrink that up a little bit, and then make our little turn, and it's going to go out like that. We can put, we can kind of put some of the little barriers there, and then we're going to turn that over to the right. Well, I'm surprised that's, wow, okay. We'll just end it right there, and then we're just going to level it out, 0, and then, how is that even, okay, so it's going to be a tighter turn, but then we can kind of build a narrow piece. Actually, no, we're gonna narrow it up a little bit later, but we can kind of just speed it up a little bit. Go 45 here. I guess we can kind of go like that, and then it's gonna be a pretty easy track in my opinion. Although it's gonna start to narrow up right there. We're gonna widen it up. Whoop. Yeah, we're gonna widen it up there just before it reaches the station. But the second part is going to be more of the, it's going to be a little bit tougher. Not like that though. Okay, that looks a little more natural. Okay, so there's our go-kart track. So this one's going to be called Olympic Grand Prix. And, sorry. It's going to act as our main go-karts. Basically, yeah, it's going to be the main go-karts and probably the last major track ride in the park. I was considering doing another water ride, but I just realized it didn't have any go-karts. So I kind of wanted to go with go-karts instead. The Chinese side has the log flume, the Greek side has the water coaster, so I kind of figured that one water ride per side would be fair, and then one non-coaster track ride would also be fair. And I would also kind of throw in, I do need to throw in the hotel, but I may build the hotel next time. So, at least we got our Journey of the Argonauts done. We got Adonis Village done. We may have a few more things over here as well. So, let's see what we got. Let's build our entrance. And build our entrance back here. We're gonna build our exit over here. Now, one thing I've learned regarding go-karts is that go-karts are very popular. So, that's one thing. I was watching another Planco streamer earlier, and he was talking about always have your park open. But part of the reason I don't is usually because of, like, whenever I'm recording stuff, but I do see his point because it does help with, like, knowing how many guests are, like, in your park and stuff. And that is one other thing, is that if I do, and I do want to try to do a park tour for, like, TCS World, and if I do that, then I'm going to have to max out the number of guests that I can have in that park, because otherwise it's going to fry my computer. So this is weird. This is not working out like I wanted it to. Okay. There we go. It wasn't, I don't know what was up with that. But, and this is another one that should have priority pass. Priority pass line is going to be really small, but it kind of works. There we go. It's going to be a small priority pass line, but it works. Alright, so anyways, so let's move on to the actual building. And then there might be more as we slowly merge the two sides together. And the Chinese side does look smaller, but you have to keep in mind that the Greek side has Adonis, which is a giga, so we got so you had to factor in that as well. But and then there's going to be some shops and stuff in the center as we slowly make our way over. So I'm thinking the hotel will probably be in this little patch over here, and then there might be some flat rides and stuff probably over here next to the go-karts, and then probably some on the inside. So the hotel, it's going to have 100 rooms, just like the Chinese side. The Chinese side's hotel is actually right here, right next to Wuxing. But enough dawdling, let's build our building. So starting up, we got these, and we're going to build 2 blocks up. We're not going to have like, it's going to be kind of similar, I guess, in a way. And yeah, I can't really, I guess you can do the little station building like this. And then kind of go over here as well. Can we do a 1 wall height? Yes, we can. So this actually works pretty well. And I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. Just go over there. And let's build our arches. So we got those over there. We're also going to build this piece over here. And then we have one of these, and we can just build our walls like this. And just go all the way to the end. So now, let's build our roof. And our roof is going to go like this. So it's going to go over here, it's going to go up, it's going to go over there, and it's going to go down. So we have those going like that, and we're just going to go 3, let's just sweep it, move that last one, move it all the way across, So we just do that, and just do that. And we also got a couple more roof pieces like that, and we just do that, and we're just going to flip it all the way across. So, and there we go. That's going to be our go-kart building. So, but we're not quite done yet. We're just going to have to build. There's going to be a little bit of a wall like this. This wall is to kind of act as like a little bit of a barrier, and we can kind of go like this, so we can kind of build over here as well. And there's gonna be, once again, like trees or something like that. We can kind of have this as like a little garden. So have that as kind of just framing up our queue, and then we're going to build a couple pieces up like that to have as like our greeting in a way for guests to go in, go through the queue, and then go into the go-karts. So that's it done. We're gonna build our sign. So we're gonna use the same style of sign as Adonis on this side as well, except I might I might go with a different color scheme. Let's see here. We're going to go with gray. And then we're going to go with a darker shade of gray. And we're going to go with, not black. Let's go with, what's a good color? Let's going to go with red. No, not bright red. We're going to go with the darker shade of red. And using this. Nope, that is too big. Okay, so that is the same size. Okay, so we should have Olympic as its own word. And then we should have Grand Prix as that. So I think that's going to be a little better. So we're done. And actually, we're going to kind of go with this one. We're going to go with green. Actually, no, there is no green. There is no green on the Olympic flag. We're going to go with blue. So we use blue for the bottom, and we'll use red for the top. Oh, and Discord. What do we got here? Oh, okay, they're... Wow. Okay, somebody got pinged big time. Yeah, sorry about that. Something popped up. Oh, wait, did they bring him in? I guess they did. Oh, okay. I guess they brought him in. Oh, well. Okay, sorry about that. Something popped up on Discord for another game I play. It shouldn't affect me. So let's let me see what we got here. We're gonna go with once again the park region. The main reason for the park is that way go with some more of the Tuscan cypress trees. So we can kind of put a couple over here as well. And we're going to have this as well. I know that, well, I think everybody knows now the story about how the ancient Greeks competed naked, but because of YouTube guidelines, obviously that won't be happening here. So they're going to have that over there as well. I may do like a champion's wall or something like that, which actually that wouldn't be that bad an idea. So we'll just kind of have over here, and we'll just have this over here as well, and build a couple more like this, and that way there's a little bit, and we're going to have a slope. So we're going to build a slope with that as to kind of give a little bit of a, and then one other thing we can do is with our screens, we're going to use smaller ones. We're going to use the 8s this time instead of the 16s. And we can actually have 3 of them. At least, ideally, there will be 3. And one more. We're going to move this one over, one space over to the left. Okay, so that looks good. Let's hit done. And we're going to move this because we're going to have some more possible artwork and stuff there too, to kind of have a little bit of that, kind of give a little bit of that immersion feeling. And then we're going to go with another side wall. Actually, we're going to go with that because that first one looks a little awkward. But the inside, we're going to put a little bit of terrain, and because I'm a sucker for water features. There's gonna be a little bit of like an octagonal pond, kind of like that. I guess it's more teardrop shaped. So with that, we're going to build our water effects. And we're going to go like this. We're going to build like a cross. So build like a cross shape. And then since I'm feeling it, let's set up our night mode. So we can kind of go with the torches a little bit to kind of give a little bit of actually no, we'll do this at the end. For now, until I put the lighting in, that's probably what I'm going to go with. So that's going to be our, I mean, they actually kind of work on the trees a little bit on this side as well. So build those over there, build that one right there. We may even put in a small, very small, we could actually put some ash trees in. I don't think we've really used any ash trees. Maybe on Heracles. So we got those as kind of, that's gonna be kind of our queue area for Olympic Grand Prix. We got our big queue there for Heracles. One more thing, for consistency's sake, we can kind of build this as well, and even kind of put a little bit of sloping in like that. And actually one more, build another slope over there, and I think we're good. So we got, we're gonna put a bunch of trees and stuff in here, and then those are sycamores, and we can kind of work with that a little bit. Actually, we can definitely work with that a little bit. So we can kind of go, this is gonna be on the back side, so we're gonna kind of, you can kind of work with this a little. So it's gonna be a double-sided wall, and do that as well. Go all the way up, and the reason it's a double-sided wall is so that, and then we're going to kind of build this a little bit to add a little bit of variety, and then build our slope like this. So it's going to go down, and then we're going to build our slope over here and do this. So just boom, boom, boom. Actually, we don't want that bottom one. We want to keep the bottom as is, and we're just going to, I like fours because fours are easy to work with. And there's going to be a little bit of a gap between the two sides, but at least now I'll be able to see that and go all the way over to the end, and let's see here, we're going one more like that, and then let's see what we got here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now I don't know about adding in, I don't think I actually need like a fence or anything back out there. So we gotta put some like buildings and stuff in here on the inside. But I may save that for next time. But let's see where we're at. I may stream again later today, and that might be when I build those buildings. I'm just thinking of doing a different time to actually kind of work a little bit on the park a little bit. But there's going to be some flat rides, and we might as well put in a flat ride or something in here. Fill up the rest of our time here. So we did the Iron Claw, I think, no. Am I mixing up parks? No, I'm not. We'll build like an iron claw ride. And we'll build an entrance over here. Exit's gonna go on this side. 1 second. Sorry, I had to sneeze. So, that doesn't look right. So, queue line, no, regular line. So, grid like this. That still don't look right. There we go. I don't know what's up with that. But anyways, let's build our queue like this. And we're just going to go, oh, not 7. Here's the smaller one. Use 10 feet. Gonna also pause this so that way we get a little bit more. That way you don't wait the clock out. And then, so we got 1. And let's see what we got here. We're gonna go with we'll call this the Claw of the Underworld. Yep, and that fits. So, because sometimes, and we're going to go with dark colors. Kind of black, and we're going to go with dark red. Just like really burning red. Oh, is that blue? Yeah, we kind of want to go with just the black. So, because we didn't really have any rides in here based on Hades. I was kind of wanting to not do rides based on, like, named after real rides as best I can. Because I don't want people to get confused. But we got here. We're going to build a couple more of the trees and stuff over here. Just a few, not very many. And then over here, we got those. And then we're going to build a few of the tropicals. Not tropicals, deciduous. We're going to go with some oak ones, because the oak ones are a little smaller. So we have those as kind of like a filler. And we may even throw in another one like that, and we'll throw in a sycamore as well. Actually, a couple of them. And so far, it's looking pretty good. I'm probably going to build the construction process here, and we'll continue it next time. Next week there will I may stream again tonight. I may do a double stream today since I have a little bit of extra time. But next weekend will be the last weekend that I stream prior to my family arriving. I've got some cousins arriving. Not this next weekend, but the Monday. They're arriving a week from Monday, the day after the Super Bowl. So far things are looking good. Let's grab some screenshots I'm gonna grab some screenshots from the Journey of the Argonauts. So we're gonna have that as our thumbnail. And then for now, let's we'll write the Chinese rites first this time. So because we did the Greek ones first last time, so we'll start with Trial of the Dragon. See how that looks. So it's gonna go up like this. Gonna go fast forward to the lift hill, and down we go. So you kind of see the go-kart track now, so which is going to add a little bit more variety to add a little bit more theming in a way. It's gonna go around like that. It's going to go over here. And it's going to go down right there. Pretty small family ride, but really not much to say. So, alright, so there we go with that. Next up is our B&M Flyer. This one's karst. This one's, as I said last night, it's this one focuses more on like the experience of flight rather than really providing a thrill. But it's still going to drop down. It's going to go through the pretzel loop. Yeah, most B&M Flyers have a pretzel loop somewhere in their layout. You get to see the little creek down there. Made a couple weeks ago. And it's going to slowly make our way through here. It's going to go through our heartline roll. It's going to head down. So, go through another helix over here. Go down one more time. And then go through the helix as well. A little bit more. And until we go through one last corkscrew. And then it's going to curve over to the right and head into the vinyl brakes. Alright, so that's karst. The last coaster on the Chinese side is Wuxing. This one is based on the Chinese elements. So it's going to drop down and it's going to go through the JoJo roll. It's going to launch up, go through the top hat, and go through the element here. Go through another airtime hill into the water section. The wood section's at the very beginning. So it's going to drop down, go through the metal section. Drop down one more time. Go through a nice little lift hill there. Or airtime hill. Fire section right here. This goes through a vertical loop. Then we got earth section towards the end. And there we go. That's Wuxing. So we got 3 more over here. We'll do Journey of the Argonauts first. So this one looks a lot different than last night. So looks very much more complete. So it's definitely a family water ride. Get a nice little waterfall there. Another nice little waterfall as we slowly make our way into the first splash. There we go. Let's fast forward through this part, and now we have our new lift hill area. So this looks really weird. This looks really, really weird. I'm not happy with some of those lights. I might have to fix those up later, but it's going to drop down. The lighting, I don't know what's up with the lighting. Like at the dark sections, it doesn't quite work. I remember having that problem with Blixen when I built Kringle Village. But we got that, and we got 2 more rides actually. We still got Heracles. So we got Heracles over here, which includes his 12 labors. You can kind of see the mountains for karst. It's going to go down. And we got lift hill like this. It's going to drop down one more time. So that's the first labor of Heracles. There's the second one. And then there's number 3. And then we got number 4. And number 5 as we do our next turnaround for number 6. Then we got 7. Here comes number 8. Pretty gradual slope there. And then number 9. Number 10. Number 11. And our last drop is right here. and then some final breaks. So that's Heracles. Last up we got Adonis. So we got Adonis here as we turn around. You see the curve drop for Heracles right there. Gonna go up the lift hill. Alright, here we go. So here comes our first drop. It's gonna plow right down. It's gonna go up here. We got another drop coming up here. We got some of that village stuff we worked on. As we have a little bit of a wave turn into drop number 3. Get the little speed hill. This is going to curve up to the right. It's going to drop down one more time as we go around the tower. So we're going to have that over here. It's going to curve over to the right. And the tunnel that needs lights in it. And slowly make our way into the final breaks. Alright, I think that's going to call it for today. So just as a brief recap, today we finished up our village over here our village here for Adonis, and then we also built some of the theming for Journey of the Argonauts. And then hopefully next time we can get as much as we can done of the Greek side of the park. But until then, I will see